Hello and welcome back to my video. I know all the VCA unboxing are special to me because I'm a big fan of theirs, but this one is different and I'm going to tell you why if you stay with me. This time my sales associate didn't put my receipts in the usual folder because it's too thick, and I got an extra deposit slip to one of them. So yes, as you can see, I have 2 sets of receipts and I'm going to do a double unboxing in this video. So this is the usual folder or booklet that you get for each purchase. But as your collection grows, you get more of the same booklets and it all piles up. So I'm glad that my SA didn't give me 2 booklets for the 2 purchases I brought home this time. So both of my certificates are in here, and she did actually remind me that instead of having each certificate in each booklet every time I buy a piece from VCA and have a number of booklets laying around, it may be better to just consolidate all of my certificates into one booklet for easier storage, which I don't know why I never thought of, but indeed a very good suggestion that I should take. Because if you go to any other local shops in the same country or region where you purchased your item, they will be able to find your record just based on the serial number on your piece. But in case if you're moving elsewhere and you want to bring it into a VCA shops in another country for servicing, then you will need the certificates for that. Oh, and kudos to my SA who gave me 2 small travel pouches with my purchase this time. I did mention in my previous videos and experienced how difficult it is sometimes here in Hong Kong that travel pouches are hard to get, and especially the small ones are super popular. But again, kudos to my SA, she was able to get me 2 small ones. Okay, so let's get to the heart of this. This is my Lucky Alhambra butterfly pendant in tiger eyes and yellow gold. I said this one is a very special piece for me personally because most people know about VCA by their 4-leaf clover Alhambra motif. However, I was actually attracted to VCA because of this Lucky Alhambra pendant in the very beginning. I wasn't even thinking about getting the 4-leaf clover. I just had my eyes on this beautiful tiger eyes butterfly pendant. However, since every piece of VCA's creation is unique, as each piece of gemstone is unique, I actually waited for 3 years for this. First of all, this is not the most common Alhambra pendant. You see this a lot on their earrings and rings, but not this standalone pendant. Secondly, it is relatively hard to source a flawless tiger eye stone at this size. This is definitely bigger than the 4-leaf clover motif. Also, production has slowed down in general because of COVID in the past year. So in general, the supply of this particular pendant is not a lot. I actually ran into a couple of Lucky Alhambra pendant in the past few years, but none of them appear to me because of the color and pattern of the tiger eyes gemstone. For example, I have seen one that is very dark on one side and very light on the other. I think the color and pattern is a very personal taste. So for me, I didn't quite like the strong dark stripe going down the middle of the butterfly. So when I saw this one, I was amazed that the color and pattern is so even distributed. A little tips if you also wanted to purchase tiger eyes with VCA, if it has the darker brown shade with the lighter gold shade, the ombre is actually more obvious because you have a bigger contrast of color, and I think it works perfectly well on the 4-leaf clover. But personally, I just don't like that on this butterfly because unless the dark and light stripes are very evenly distributed, otherwise I think it is like the butterfly got cut off in the middle of something. But again, this is super subjective. So like I said, I like this piece because of the evenly distributed color and pattern. The Tiger Eyes gemstone I've seen in VCA so far ranges from dark brown to light gold. There isn't any salient dark brown in this piece, and it is relatively light in color. But when there's movement when you wear this, it still has a beautiful and delicate iridescent reflection. I think it was totally worth the wait to finally meet this butterfly. So let's move on to the second item I got. This is my Perlée Pearls of Gold ring, small model in rose gold. I actually have been hesitating in getting this because I think I have chubby hands and it doesn't look good for me to wear rings. But I really liked the Perlée ring because of the design. I think you can actually find the little pearl design across VCA's creation. For example, the Alhambra motifs, they all have similar pearl structure to the edges of it, and each pearls can reflect light in a slightly different angle. So this ring actually looks very simple, totally not an extravagant or eye-catching piece, yet it has such a character to it. It is very subtle but elegant. I picked the small model because it is the thinnest, and I think that is the only model I can carry on my chubby hands. But there are also other wider models or even ones with diamonds. I also see that lots of people love to stack these with different thinner rings, like a single row diamond ring or with more than one Perlée Pearls of Gold ring, but in different color. But for me, I think I just need to get used to wearing one first. Oh, you also get free engraving surface with the ring. There is no time limit of when you can bring it back to the shop for engraving, and it varies between 10 to 12 spaces depending on the ring size. So thanks for being here and witness how I finally bring home my special VCA butterfly pendant. If you like my video or my style of review, please like and subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Instagram at DearLadyM to see some shots of the items and get sneak peeks of my upcoming videos. So I'll see you around!